First, here at 5, pushing for answers after our reporting contributed to an investigation into Kentucky's medical cannabis program. We are working to get the governor's response now. It's our top story here at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Connie Leonard. Our Alexander Goldberg and photojournalist Jessica Farley went to the state capitol today trying to get more information on an audit looking into how cannabis licenses were given out.
I traveled to Frankfort to ask Governor Andy Beshear about the Kentucky auditor's investigation into the state's cannabis licensing process. His team said Beshear was unavailable for an interview today, but now it's in the hands of the Kentucky auditor to investigate how the medical cannabis program was executed. At the Capitol, trying to get Governor Andy Beshear to comment on if his Office of Medical Cannabis will hold up against a state investigation. Kentucky's cannabis application and lottery process is being audited. Kentucky auditor Allison Ball's office confirmed our reporting contributed to their investigation. Michael Adair, a hemp farmer with Kentucky Farmed, has long questioned the system's fairness.
And the Kentucky people spent millions and millions and millions of dollars and deserve answers.
We've shown you this clip before. It's a Louisville dispensary admitting to finding a loophole in the app stacking regulation. That was initially put in place to make sure investors can't stack their odds in the lottery process.
So we had to create businesses, 20 different businesses under 20 different names in order to get our applications out there.
Beshear's office said the process was executed transparently on live TV and in a statement said, quote, "To date, no one has filed a legal claim challenging Kentucky's medical cannabis laws or the Office of Medical Cannabis Regulations. The individuals who have come forward to express their, quote, concerns went through the full process and did not complain until after not being selected in the lottery," end quote. In Frankfort, Alexander Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
We also reached out to the auditor's office for more information about that investigation, including details about the timeline and if it will impact businesses. Once we get those details, we'll bring them to you. Louisville fire crews were called to the scene of a fire at the Masonic Nursing Homes off Frankfort Avenue today. It was reported shortly before 11 this morning. WHAS11 crews on the scene learned that the building caught fire and it was vacant and actively under construction. It started as a 1-alarm fire, but escalated to a 2-alarm because of how quickly that fire spread. Louisville Fire did evacuate the people next door to the building, but no one was hurt. Fire crews are investigating how it started. Nelson County Judge Charles Sims has denied Steve Lawson's motion for additional DNA testing on hairs found in Crystal Rogers' car. Lawson and his attorneys asked to test those hairs in court earlier this week and delay trial to wait for the results. The judge found no reason, though, to delay trial, deciding no evidence revealed by new testing would exclude Lawson's alleged involvement. The trial date remains May 27th in Bowling Green. A driver who left a trail of crashes, injuries, and chaos near the VA hospital faced a judge today. LMPD says the driver of the Jeep is James Wells. According to police, Wells hit a trailer on the off-ramp and then ran over the driver, a teen boy who was out inspecting the damage. Wells appeared in court this morning where the judge kept his bond the same.
Well, I will admit everything you done did.
No, sir, no, sir, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna leave your bond at $500,000. Your next court date, sir, will be on April 28th.
Now, Wells is facing multiple charges, including wanton endangerment, assault, and leaving the scene of an accident. VA police also say that he'll face federal charges, again, due back in court Monday, April 28th. Now, take a look at this video. Police are looking for the driver of the truck that you're going to see coming into the screen right here, shown hitting a 3-year-old child in Fairdale. We are choosing to freeze it right there. It happened just before 6:30 last night at the Regency Park Apartments. That's off Manslick Road. The video came from a neighbor and shows the moment the child is hit by the truck in the parking lot. Again, we're freezing that video. The child was taken to Norton Children's Hospital and is expected to survive. Thankfully, police say the driver left the scene. And here's a closer look at the silver truck. Police did not provide an exact make or model, but said the driver took off toward Fairdale High School. If you've seen the truck or have any information, you are asked to call the tip line 574 LMPD. A Louisville interstate ramp is back open following a deadly motorcycle crash. According to LMPD, it happened around 11 this morning near the ramp off I-65 North to I-64 East and I-71 North. LMPD said the motorcyclist was driving at a high speed and lost control on that ramp, hitting the retaining wall. It's unclear why they lost control, but did die at the scene. LMPD also said this was a single vehicle crash, so there were no other injuries. The traffic unit is investigating. An update tonight on a stabbing at Jewish hospital. The Kentucky Nurses Association says this case highlights the need for better security for our healthcare workers. According to LMPD, the nurse was stabbed outside Jewish hospital, you may remember, Saturday morning. It happened around 7:15. The nurse was waiting for a ride outside at the end of her shift, and another woman, identified as 35-year-old Lacey Wilson, started fighting with the nurse and allegedly stabbed her in the back with a screwdriver. The nurse was treated for her injuries and is expected to survive. Well, today, the Kentucky Nurses Association released a statement saying 1 in 5 healthcare providers are subject to workplace violence, and they are calling on hospitals to do better to protect employees. They said, quote, "We are relieved to hear that they are expected to survive, but outraged that this kind of violence against healthcare workers continues to occur. Violence against nurses is unacceptable. And with the current nursing shortage in Kentucky, it is unsustainable." All right, well, today, a beautiful day out there to go out for a walk, a bike ride, whatever you wanted to do. You can still do it tonight, but it is warm. Thank goodness the wind was blowing.
Yeah, it is warm. We're talking upper 70s, lower 80s, feeling very summer-like all across Kentuckyana. As you can see here from our temperature map, we're at 83 degrees in Louisville and in Shepherdsville, 80 degrees in LaGrange, 79 in Shelbyville, 75 currently in Paoli. So these temperatures running several degrees above normal and running about 15 degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday evening. Now, it did come with the wind today. So we did have some wind gusts up to about 35 miles per hour or so. At this point, most of these wind gusts are coming in between about 15 to 25 miles per hour. And conditions will stay pretty breezy as we carry on throughout this evening, but that will also keep temperatures elevated. Now, we did have some sunshine this morning. Clouds have been moving in from the west this afternoon and early evening. Expect partly to mostly cloudy skies this evening. Once again, temperatures staying on the warm side, just cooling into the 70s, even once that sun does set during the 8 o'clock hour. And then as we head into tonight, we will notice a cold front will be approaching from the northwest. This is going to set up off to our northwest for much of Easter weekend. That could bring some isolated to scattered showers or thunderstorms after about 2 a.m. into tomorrow morning, especially in southern Indiana. And we will continue to track some hit or miss storm chances through the weekend. Still plenty of dry time for Easter, and these warm temperatures are sticking around as well. We'll talk much more about that weekend forecast coming up in just a bit, Connie.
All right, thank you, Mallory. Another historic milestone for the Kentucky Supreme Court.
So help me God.
So help me God.
With that, today, Justice Pamela Goodwine became the first Black woman to serve on the Supreme Court in Kentucky. And this is also the first time the court has had a female majority.
My commitment is to sustain the principles of justice for all with unwavering dedication, to uphold the rule of law with integrity, to protect the rights of all fairly, and to serve with the honor and honesty this role deserves.
Justice Goodwine was serving as the Deputy Chief Judge of the Court of Appeals when she was elected to the Supreme Court. Her swearing in comes days after Chief Justice Deborah Hembry Lambert became the Commonwealth's first female justice.